Today, kids from all over the district come together to attend a big school in town with a different teacher for each grade. However, that wasn't always the case. Last century, farm kids attended one-room schoolhouses that dotted the rural countryside. Cedar Falls keeps the memory of the one-room schoolhouse alive by preserving theirs as a museum with programs that allow today's school-age children to experience school life for kids of the early 1900s. At these country schools, all grades were taught together by one teacher. Grades ranged from 1 to 8, and the teachers had to prepare class for all the different grades. Many times, the older kids would help out the teacher.
I spent a lot of time working with other kids. I started school very young. I was 4 years old. I turned 5 shortly after school started, and the younger kids received a lot of instruction from the older kids, and because the emphasis was on academics, we spent a lot of time in small groups working with the older kids. Then when I of course got up in the 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, and there were certain classes that I did well in, and so I ended up being an instructor. Probably that's what caused me to go into education.
Cedar Falls Little Red Schoolhouse's summer enrichment program welcomes kids of all ages and teaches them like they would have been taught back then. So no cell phones, iPods, or any form of electricity.
Yeah, they don't have projectors that go onto the whiteboard like we do, so that we can see the worksheets we're doing. And there's we don't have, they didn't have phones, and they didn't have iPods or iPads that you could learn on. And they didn't have lights. They had candles. And they didn't have any electricity at all, so they couldn't plug in computers or anything like that.
They're plugged in all the time at home, so it's nice to have them for, like you said, a week of just not doing that and doing something, using a different part of the brain in a different way is really cool.
The kids also used tools and games that were available to children back then as well. One regularly used tool was slates and chalk instead of pen and paper.
We use slates for arithmetic, we use slates for geography, we can use slates for spelling, we can use slates for everything. I keep telling the children, they're farm kids. They've got a lot of good food, but they don't have a lot of money. And paper is expensive. Paper is kept for fine work that has to be turned in.
No, we use chalkboards and chalk, and we just hold them up when we have the answer. And so the teacher will tell us if we got the answer right or wrong, and she'll tell us we did a good job if we got it right, and she'll tell us to try again if we got it wrong.
The students who do the summer enrichment program are still back in time during recess, as they play with toys that would have been available back then as well. Such toys include sticks, hoops, Lincoln logs, and more.
In here, it's just, they have games that they can play, like the hoop game, which is my favorite game. You take 2 sticks and a hoop, and you throw the hoop to each other with the sticks and try and catch it. And it's really, really fun.
One big difference the children recognized was strict discipline. Though the teachers never truly did this to the children who came to the summer program, she did demonstrate how children would be punished. The kids found it very comical, but it was not funny for children in the last century. Children were always getting into trouble, no matter the year. Sid Morris recounts one thing he got in trouble for when he attended a one-room schoolhouse in Gay Center.
I got in big trouble over that one because I'd heard about it. I read it in a magazine or in something, and she sat ahead of me, and I'll never forget, it was hanging onto my desk, and of course we all had inkwells because back then we used just a straight pen, and so I did one day just tip her braids into one braid. That was not smart. But it was fun though.
Punishment varied depending on the transgression, but noted discipline included standing in front of the class with your nose on the chalkboard, with your nose slightly higher or lower, causing you to stand on your tiptoes or lean forward to hurt your calves or back. There was also paddling, or the farula, slaps to the hand by a yardstick, and the well-known wearing a dunce cap in the corner.
That was just a horrible thing. I always tell the children, it was really bullying by the teacher, because you are putting a label on this child. You are labeling this child stupid. You're labeling this child dumb.
When I put on the dunce cap nowadays, it's really funny, but then when they put on the dunce cap back then, it was really humiliating.
The kids truly enjoyed the whole experience of attending school back in time.
My favorite thing in the Little Red Schoolhouse is probably feeling like you're going back in time.
It's so interesting that they get so excited about it. Learning about how school was 100 years ago is so different than how kids experience school today, and they get really, really excited. They're surprised by a lot of the things that are different, and they're just really interested, and it's fun to watch the kids get so excited about it.
Every summer, the program incorporates a new theme. One past theme for the Little Red Schoolhouse's summer enrichment program was New Inventions 1865 through 1915. The students attend class Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 12:30 and can even dress up in periodic costumes to truly feel as if they were back in time. On Friday, parents are invited for a presentation the children put on and enjoy homemade ice cream the kids made the day before. Parents can sign their kids up to attend a whole week of historical and educational fun by going to the Cedar Falls Historical Society's website at cfhistory.org.